Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Arena Gauntlet League match. Today will be match number 10 in the Lorwyn Eclipsed Arena Gauntlet League, which does close out week number 2 for us here. And we fought back a little bit from last week, got to finish strong here today to continue that streak, but we've got this Esper controlling kind of removally tempo deck that we have been playing here in week 2 to great success. We are currently sitting with a 3-1 record here in week number 2. A very, very close match yesterday that we unfortunately didn't win. Didn't get any help from a comeback pack. The Wanderbrine Preacher is about all I added, and that was barely an ad. So we're going to use effectively the same deck we have been and hope that it can continue to do well in our last match of the week. We are looking to finish the week strong as we start out this match here with a record of 5-4, sitting in 56th place here in the league with a very good opponent match win percentage tiebreaker for us. At least there's that. And if we can finish this one out in 6-4, get in that win column, there are 231 players in this league, so 56th is nothing to sneeze at, even here in week 2 as early as it is. But you can see the top 11 there on the left, some 9-1s, 8-2s, 7-3s, etc. Today's match, no rest for the weary. We're going against Starfire, who is in 9th place at the time of this recording with a record of 7-2, currently undefeated with his Shadowmoor pool, and a record of 4-0 playing a Sultai graveyardy kind of value deck here. Now this is their second AGL league, and their lifetime AGL record happens to be 14-8 with a win percentage of 63.64, and ours there is over at 55.3 after yesterday's loss, and no head-to-head wins for either of us, as it is just their second league. When it comes to badges, I've got that top 8 or the finalist badge there and the top 16 badge. Starfire doesn't have any badges yet, but with the win percentage they've got, I'm sure one will be coming soon. So we've got a tough match here to close out the week, keeping that opponent match win percentage high, that tiebreaker high. But if we can finish this one out and head up to 6-4, we'll be setting ourselves up well for the rest of the league. See you in game 1. Let us go first here in this match. Yeah, the hand seems pretty good. Let's keep it. Got 3 colors of mana. Helpful Hunter can hopefully find another land. Dragonstorm definitely could. Okay, there's a 1-1. And I think just gonna get the larger creature down. Next turn, play a land, attack with it, play Hunter, Scrap Compactor, likely. It's gonna be a tough match here again, playing against some great players so far this league. Glimmerlight, make a 1-1, sure. Let's attack with our 3-3. Probably doesn't block. Play Helpful Hunter. Play Scrap Compactor. Black-green. What are we dealing with here? Selfless, Safe Right, Preposterous Proportions, the Swarm Weaver. Swarm Weaver's really good. Scavenger Regent. Okay, there's definitely some good cards here. Black and green instants. What are we dealing with here now? Snakeskin Veil, Depressurize, Savor. Do have that Safe Right. Doesn't have the mana for it though. That does have Convoke and Flash. So let's play this. Attack with Expansionist. Hold up our Scrap Compactor activation in the event that could potentially blow something out here. But if he double blocks, that'd be fine just double trading too, I think. Right? Yeah, I'll just let this happen. Okay, so now I would need to Scrap Compactor away the Valgavoth here. This still does trade for the 1/1, so I think I'm still just going to let this resolve. Go to damage. Why would it assign like that? Deal it to the 1/1. Play Graspling. Now our Shimmer Creep can drain for 4 potentially. No plays, you say? Well, let's lead with the Dragon Storm here. See if I can find a land drop. I can, at the expense of tossing one of these things. So they're all pretty good. I think I'm going to toss the Sprite. Play a land, hold up Technique, and play and Compactor, I guess. Next turn, play Shimmer Creep and then expose it to removal without holding up Technique. But if I can effectively have untap with this and Technique, that'll be quite good. Sure, I'll no blocks there. Still no plays, you say. All right. Does have an instant, doesn't have the mana for Safe Right. Could be something like a Depressurize. Yeah, it's likely Depressurize here, killing Graspling, in which case do I want to use Technique to save it is the question. Let's see. No? Okay, alright, well, this taps me out, but I think I need to get another decent-sized creature down. Currently this will drain for 4. Could kill Graspling in response to make it drain for 3. Okay. Did resolve and nothing, so likely not Depressurize then. Probably just Snakeskin Veil. In fact, Snakeskin Veil looks to be the only other instant speed thing in the entire pool for green and black, so it's likely just a Snakeskin Veil here. Giving hexproof as well, so gonna have to keep an eye on that. This does counter that though. So I could use Scrap Compactor, go here, they use Snakeskin Veil, I counter it. Then I can attack with a bunch of things, still have, I won't be able to hold up protection though, if I do it that way. Conversely, I attack with just Shimmer Creep, double block. And then I could still save Scrap Compactor, leave myself with the 3/4. So there's a couple of options here. I could use Lightfoot Technique. The Snakeskin Veil doesn't protect against that. Okay. So go here. I know it's Snakeskin Veil, so I've got to see if I do this, would I be fine for these just trading? Okay, so if I use Compactor here, I can counter the Veil. And that kind of really puts them in a really bad situation here. I just can't also hold up Lightfoot Technique, but I think that's okay. So let's attack, use Compactor, Veil's out of the hand, Dazzling Denial can counter the Veil. Gets the Surveil, but that's okay. I'm pushing likely 6 damage here. Unless he wants to chump. Alright. Go to 3. 2 lethal threats. 1 has Menace. Does that gain some life? It does gain life. but Embrace should close out the game, and there we go. Okay, what are we dealing with here now? What are the rares? The Swarm Weaver is an artifact, so like Intimidation Tactics gets 3 of the best cards out of their hand. It gets Swarm Weaver, Safe Right, and Regent. Prisma Basher, double Reaping Willow. So Intimidation Tactics might actually be good. I think I can probably cut this 2-drop for it. There's likely some graveyard shenanigans going on here. So maybe also bringing in Chrome Companion could do something. And what about 2-drops that matter? There's a Dundulin Weaver. A lot of the best cards are not 2-drops. It's not like they have a 2-drop bomb. If they have a 2-drop bomb, Spell Snare could come in. But I don't think that's what we're dealing with. As underwhelming as this deck seems, all these cards just seem like they do kind of what I want them to do. It's pretty good. Maybe I can get rid of the Thought Shucker in favor of the Chrome Companion here. Give it a shot like that. Okay, all 3 colors of mana. Divert Disaster up on 2. We'll keep this one here. Fetch that for a black, play Island. Alright, we've got a pretty good start. Hopefully no 2-drop. That way I can counter a 3-drop here. Like that Wary Thespian thing would kind of be annoying. That's fine, I think. Didn't get the value of returning something here. Okay, I'm going to tap out for 1 turn. I just hope the Swarm Weaver doesn't hit this turn, because what I can do is I can play Lamenter or even Wayfinder, and then next turn Expansionist, hold up Disaster, and get a lander. So there's a lot of things I can do next turn. Just gotta hope Swarm Weaver doesn't hit the battlefield now. This also opens up, what? Red? Interestingly, okay. Are there any counter spells? I don't think there are. Didn't see blue last game. No, there's a Runaway Together, but that's about it. So, which of these would I rather play here? I think this blocks their creature better. Let's play it. There is instant speed plays, though, which has to be the Elementalist Adept, Runaway Together, or Snakeskin Veil. Those are the only options, so it's likely Snakeskin Veil, if I had to guess. Okay, flying 2/2. Alright, alright. Glen Elendra could actually eat that. So but I did forget they've got the Snakeskin Veil, so that can't actually work. That's a good decent card there. No plays I crack. Anything else? I think I just go ahead and don't let them get the card advantage here. Oh, that doesn't work against Snakeskin Veil the way you want it to, but I can use Alendra's ability to counter the Veil to eat it. Okay. Let's do Alendra then. Can still push 2 damage here. End the turn. Now I flash in Alendra. Go to block. And they're kind of not in a great spot, but let's see. They have a counter spell? Let's see here. Again, this can counter the Veil to still eat the creature. So I'll just let this happen. And I can still hold up both of these things now. And I think I will just go ahead and get rid of that while I can. Gonna hold up Lander plus Glen Alendra here as opposed to playing Wayfinder. And the turn, go fetch a white off of the Lander. Swamp cycling. Okay, so they're desperate for black here. So they have Swarm Weaver. Daggerfang Duo. Okay, that's also fine, I think. So many lands yet again. Okay, pass it back. Still have that flyer. Can counter a removal spell. What does that get back? Rooftop Percher? Yeah, that's pretty good. Has to do it next turn, though. It does... Oh, no. I thought this was a tap ability. It's not. So here comes Rooftop Percher. Or that as well. Can still attack here. This one doesn't do anything by attacking. I guess it forces... If they want to block... Yeah, this becomes a 1/3, but only this can block it. Next turn, this can become... It's got Vigilance, too, so that's really annoying against this. Okay. Means if they don't want to double block the Expansionist, they'd have to chump here. Radiant Strike against a Vigilance creature. Vigilance has been destroying me against Radiant Strike in this league. It's been really tough. Okay, so that can't block. That can. Interesting. They're at 3, but still a lot. Oh, okay. Well, that, I think, it doesn't exactly do it, but... Oh, wait, I might have hidden lethal here. Okay, okay, let me do this. Let's get rid of Strategist. then attack all, full control, destroy my own creature, and then counter it to draw a card and remove a counter. Right? Does that work? Yeah, I think it does. Okay, so submit one, auto pay, target Radiant Strike, pay the one, resolve. Oh my goodness. And then go to blockers. Oh man, what a sweet way to find lethal there at the end. Yeah, what a week. This is a really, really good deck for this week, and wow, okay, let's check out the updated standings here. And we were able to do just that, get that final win in a final find a lethal puzzle there to get us up to 6-4 in 31st place right now. So one extra win on the entire league would have put us at 7-3, and our tiebreaker would have been good enough, you can see on the left there, for 10th place. So the difference between 10th and 31st is just one win. Very, very small margins this early in the league. The closer we get toward the end, the larger these margins kind of get apart from each other as the top begins to separate them out. But that opponent match win percentage is really going to help us going forward. We're starting to see continually more and more great names as we approach the top of this leaderboard here. 6-4 record. Don't want to jinx anything just yet, but the only finalist badge I got, I started out 2-3 and then followed up with a 4-1. We'll see if we can continue to do that going forward all the way to a 20-10 or better record. Okay, so what I will do to finish out this video is go ahead and update our Lorwyn pool with the new cards that we've got from our 2 packs. We got a pack in match 5 loss and match 9 loss that we haven't yet added to this pool. This was the deck we were playing before over here, exactly. And these are the cards that I got from my last couple pools that I think would be pretty good additions to this deck. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is go through here and just cut some of the cards that weren't performing very well for us, that I didn't really want very much in here. The Archer definitely was one. I mean, everything seemed okay. It's just this deck wasn't exactly sure what it was trying to do, and I think I'd like it to be more of like a graveyardy kind of value-based pile with some removal and stuff. So like these Stomplings probably don't really fit that. The Watchers don't necessarily fit that plan. All of this stuff seems okay, like the Informant, the Weavers to get stuff back, Bearer, Scout, Safe Right. It's more of an Elves deck as well. So I could even just cut these Watchers. It doesn't really seem like this deck wants to be playing out like this particularly. Everything else here seems okay. The Zealots were fine. I might be able to cut them based on what else I'm able to pull in here. But guarantees are Gloom Ripper being a great card for sure. Double Gnarlbark Elm seems pretty good. Grub, I don't have a ton of goblins per se, but like this is just a good enough card. You can like flip it and then blight onto some bigger stuff, and it'll do some good stuff there. Another Watcher. If I didn't want the other ones, I probably don't want this one. Druid seems pretty good as a second copy here, getting towards this stuff. I mean, the third Zealot doesn't seem horrible. Wickermaw seems okay. Graspling seems fine. Anti-Sentence. I was lacking a bit of removal in this pool. Blighted Blackthorn. Pitiless Fists is another removal spell. Luminolisk as a Death Touch roadblock. And then this Rooftop Percher has actually been kind of interesting. I think it might need to be more of a sideboard card, but it's possible to put in here. So we're looking to get this deck number down to 36. I think I could probably cut the Percher and look to bring it in out of the sideboard. Do I need all of these red cards here? Don't know. Let's go by mana value, separate non-creatures. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 removal spells plus this. What kind of doesn't work? I guess the Farrier doesn't exactly work with our new plan here. Sneakling adds to Vivid, which I think is okay. Everything else seems alright there. The Elm, I think, is just a generically good enough card. Eulogist, I think, actually seems fine. Cavalry, it's just a 4-mana 4/4. I may not need the Grasping. I can bring that out of the sideboard, I guess. Blackthorn, we're starting to get to a lot of expensive. Maybe just 2 of these. Do I really need the Dawn Glow? What am I trying to return with this? Some 2-drops and stuff? I don't think I need the dose of Dawn Glow here. 10 the Sprigs, really just here for fixing. Is it worth it? I don't think I needed it. I got more fixing here with Wicker Maw and things like that. Can't forget to bring the Evolving Wilds in. This could, the Eclipsed Realms could actually do some work in this deck. It's Bloodline Bidding. It depends on how many elves I end up with here. Let me swap for a moment. Sideboard filter by elf type. Oh, I don't actually have as many as I was kind of hoping for. What about Shapeshifter? So we have just the one? Okay, so I don't think that means I want to use Bloodline Bidding. It's not quite good enough here, so we still have 4 more cuts. Another removal I think is kind of necessary. I'm not sure I can cut much more of this except 10 the Sprigs, and I guess I will. Everything else I want to keep in. Now it's just how many more creatures and what are they do I cut. Random 4-mana 4/4. It is an elf, so it does work with things like Gloom Ripper. I guess 1 Blackthorn can probably go. 2 more cuts here. I kind of like everything we've got over there. I like these. That's sticking out to me. These are kind of sticking out. I kind of like the Blackthorn, like one of them maybe. Grove Guide seems okay. Luminolix seems good. Do I need 2 Zealots? Let's cut the Cavalry, I guess. And then 1 more cut here. Currently at 26 creatures. I may not need this many 2s, but they're all pretty good. I kind of like them all. The Informant, maybe Informant number 2 is the one that's sticking out to me. I kind of like the Feardock Core. It's overperformed for me so far this league. It also adds for fixing for the red. Okay, let's cut 1 Informant. Oh wait, sorry, no, now I need to... Actually, no, I do keep the Informant, and I forgot because I've got the Evolving Wilds as a count here. Okay, so then let's add our basics. Do something like... Got 10, 9, 6 currently. What if we did 10, 10, 6? That seems okay. 6 sources here. For just a few cards. Need double for the immolation, but... Okay. Alright, I think this is what I will attempt to bring into the first match of week 3, which will be match number 11 for us. I think this deck is noticeably worse than the other one. It's possible there's like a green-white build here with some like more aggressive stuff. I just don't think that's much better than things like Bitter Bloombearer, Abigail, Gloom Ripper, Soul Immolation, stuff like that. So I'm trying to just include all the best cards I've got in my pool here, and this is what I will go with. So that concludes week 2 of the league. Join us next week for the beginning of week 3. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time here at Daily Draft.